inspiring interview in the Women's Spirit Collective. Welcome, everybody. Women's Spirit Festival is happening. I'm so excited to be here with my special guest, Patty Hagan. Patty, I always love interviewing you, so I'm so happy to have you back. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Elizabeth. And how are you today?
I'm doing so good. I'm surrounded by incredible women, and I get to sit here and have tea and conversation with you for the next while. So I'm really
Wonderful.
happy. Ladies, prepare to be inspired and enlightened and awakened because the wisdom that Patty brings always touches my heart. So
Thank
I'm really excited. So obviously I know Patty, but you all might not. So let me introduce her. Patty Hagan is a dynamic coach and speaker. She overcame feeling old and irrelevant at 65. And now she empowers senior sages to embrace their life and soul wisdom so that they can live vibrantly and purposefully. Patty, the work that you do is a service to women everywhere, and it gives us hope. So thank you so much for doing this work.
Thank you, Elizabeth. As you said, I was drawn to this because I went through my own issues when I turned 65. And that took me a couple of years to get through that. And I thought, I don't want anybody else to have to do that. So that's why I created my Ageless Wisdom Timeless Purpose program so that other women who are 60 and better will have a way to tap into their ageless wisdom and use it to create their best life, their best chapter at this stage of their life, because who knows how long we're going to live. And we want our life, at least I hope hopefully everybody wants their life to be fun and happy and productive in whatever way productive means to individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that gives us hope to think, oh, our life, we can have a purpose and have fun and be productive at any stage of our lives. And you help women with this, but you weren't always feeling like on top of it. Tell us about what you went through that was challenging that made you want to do this particular work.
Yeah. Well, I was, excuse me, here in the United States, I know not everybody's here, but in the United States, we have a program called Medicare, which is only for our only national health program. Um, and it's for people who are 65 and older. And I was sitting here and I got this envelope from Medicare that said, you're almost 65, so you got to sign up. And I remember thinking, that's for people who are old. I'm not old, so it doesn't apply to me. Well, then I started getting all this other old people mail. And so I did some other stuff so I muddled through that. I signed up because I had to. And then over the next probably year and a half, 2 years, there was a 12-month period in which I lost 11 close friends.
11.
11. I was always going to
Oh,
funerals, Elizabeth. It was,
yeah,
and some of them were younger than I.
yeah.
And like, as I said earlier,
It's
we never
shocking.
know when our last moment is.
Yeah,
And I thought maybe I was next. I didn't know.
yeah.
And I
That's a
kept
wake
thinking
up call.
it was a big wake up call. And I'd been coaching before that. I'd been leading a big volunteer program and everything was great until all this started to go down. And what I realized that I unconsciously bought into our society's ageism.
Yeah.
I'd always said the age was just a number, and no other birthday up to 65 had ever bothered me. And that one, because the government said I was old,
Mhm.
that one just really like, oh, that means I must be old.
Yeah.
And if I was old, that meant I was irrelevant. I felt invisible and useless and like, what was I doing taking up space? And so I had a wake up call one day. I was driving home from the grocery store. I'm single. I had lost my two furry purry soulmates, also my little furry kitty cats
Oh,
during that same time. So I, lived by myself. And I remember approaching a traffic light that was turning red and just screaming out in the car that I just need a hug.
oh,
And as I stopped at the red light, I felt these angel wings come around me from behind the seat. And I heard an angel whisper in my ear that you're never alone. and you're always loved. Whew. You know, I told people for years, Elizabeth, that if you don't ask for something, people can't say yes.
Exactly.
But I asked that time and an angel said yes.
Patty, I haven't heard you tell that before. Like, I got goosebumps head to toe because it is when you ask, you can receive it, and you felt it immediately.
I did. And I actually felt the wings around my shoulders. And I thought, I mean, I actually looked to see if anybody had jumped in the car behind me, but the CPM is like, no, it's just me. But that was my wake up call because it's like, okay, if an angel came here to tell me that I'm always loved and that I'm here for something, I had to just figure out what that was. So I spent the next year or two working on myself, working on tapping into who I was at this time of my life, and hired some teachers and mentors and coaches and figured out that my purpose in life had always been helping other people.
Yes.
I spent my career working in equal opportunity, help people overcoming discrimination.
Mm.
So what I realized was that this was my time now to help other people overcome discrimination based on ageism.
Yes.
And so that's how I created my Ageless Wisdom Timeless Purpose program, because I didn't want anybody else to feel that same awful feeling of feeling just invisible and like, just go sit in the corner. You've done your job. We
Yeah.
don't, you don't really have anything to add to the conversation. Not that anybody said that,
But
but
that's
that was
the
the
feeling.
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I'm so glad you do this work. So you became a coach and you're helping women who are 60 and better, and helping them find their purpose, and also helping them, just like Women's Spirit Festival, it's a
Mhm.
community. You're forming a community of women
Exactly.
60 and better, and it's so powerful. And I love it when you say 60 and better. What does that
Oh,
mean to
yeah.
you?
To me, 60 and better just sounds more positive.
It does.
When I first started working this, it's like, okay, they 60 and older. No, because then you bring in the word older.
Yeah.
And is it over 60 or over 60? Like,
60 and better is like it's inserting a new narrative.
absolutely. That's why I decided, once I thought about the bit, it's like, I'm gonna keep that because that shows that being at this age, you can still be better. I mean, I'm a different person now than I was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's different because hopefully we all change and we grow throughout our lives.
Yes.
And as far as I'm concerned, I hope to do that until my last breath.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And you've got an online business and you're
Hmm.
speaking internationally. Like
Right.
it's a beautiful purpose. And personally that I've been through like my own tumultuous
Yes, you have.
entry into menopause and all of it. And like those feelings of life is never going to be the same. And I don't know if I like it. What would you say to me and all my friends who are going through similar things? What wisdom would you give to us?
Some wisdom I would give to you, Elizabeth, is that going through menopause is another stage of life. And just like all of the stages we went through, there's a reason for it, there's a biological reason for it. But there's also, I don't know, the word spiritual just came to me.
Yeah.
And it's a time to change the way we think about living.
Yeah.
Because whether you have children or you don't have children, whether that was your calling or not, going through menopause, it ends that process to have a biological child.
Yeah.
And so there's this whole new way of looking at life that for those of us like myself, who my ex and I had cats but no kids, um, it was a different perspective. It was a matter of, okay, what's this about for me?
Mm.
And not from a perspective of being selfish, but I knew that I was no longer able to bring another life into this world.
Yeah.
And that was okay, even though for me that happened when I was 38 due to endometriosis and surgery.
Oh,
Yeah, so but it's a different time of our life. So my suggestion for women at your stage who just turned 50, you're so young. Um,
Thank you, May.
well, relatively
Feels so
speaking,
good.
I mean, you're 26 years younger than I am. So that's young. So my suggestion is that just embrace every moment. And I think that's so important for all of us at all stages of life. The only moment we have to live is this present moment now,
Yes.
because the next breath isn't promised to any one of us. And so, grab that life, grab the adventure, whatever it is that speaks to you, whatever's tapping you on the shoulder and going, okay, it's your turn to do something. I just encourage my clients to listen to that and to just feel into whatever's speaking to them now.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone, if you're listening, I'm just feeling this so, so deeply. Patty, thank you. And everyone listening and watching, if you're feeling that, like life is so precious. And I love that you said, like, grab hold of this moment. Somebody write present in the comments down below. That's what I find is like the more present I can be, the more easeful everything feels. And Patty, you know how precious life is, like all of those losses. And I've heard you say before, like, we're lucky that we get to be 60 and better.
We
Tell us
are,
more about
because,
that.
well, I lost, when I was 15, sophomore in high school, I lost my best friend to brain cancer. And that was the third death her mother had. And I thought, how did she survive that? And then, when you're 15, you don't think you're going to lose your best friend.
No.
But I did. And so I learned early on that you don't know what's going to happen to anybody.
Mm.
I tell my clients that, you look at a box of food or a jar or something, it's got an expiration date on it.
Yep.
And we can see that, we can read it, we know what it is.
Yeah.
We've all got one somewhere, but we can't read it.
Right.
So take advantage of the time you have, because we don't know when our expiration date is.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What would you recommend for women who are 60 and better? Actually, I'm going to include me too. Women who are 50 and
Mhm.
better, like how can they make these the best years of their life? Like what are some things that you would do?
Oh, that's it. What I encourage my clients with, Elizabeth, is to look where they find joy in their life, where they find things that bring them happiness, whether it's being outside in nature, whether it's being with grandchildren, whether it is going back to school and learning something new.
Yeah.
There's always something, there's always something in this world that is hopefully calling people. And I think for women who are 50 and better, tapping into that joy, I think that will help open up maybe a whole new world.
Mhm.
It may be
Somebody write
something
joy
that's
in the
new to them.
comments.
Yeah, it may be something new to them. It may be something, it may be something that they thought about in childhood that
Yes.
they wanted to do. But then life kind of got in the way and it got pushed off to the side. But there's still something back there that says, you know, you're still we're interested in doing XYZ
Yeah.
and you're never too old.
That is powerful. Let's write joy in the comments because the reminder of joy and the simple joys and what have you all discovered? Put it in the comments. Like, what's something that you always wanted to do, or maybe a hobby or something that brought you joy before? Like, I've started playing music again in the past few years.
Good.
So I played when I was younger and then just
Mhm.
completely got away from life, got busy.
Yeah.
And now I'm like bringing my music back out and it feels really fun. I'm not I'm really rusty and not very good, but it doesn't
But
matter.
you're having fun doing it, right?
It's about the fun. It's not about making a career out of it or anything. It's just
Mhm.
ever performing for anybody, but it feels good. It
Yes.
calms me.
And you
So,
mentioned music. A friend of mine had always wanted to play the piano. And when she was retired around 65-ish, she found somebody who taught piano to adults.
oh, cool.
And she loved it. And she just lost her piano teacher earlier this year, and she was devastated.
Yeah.
But she has had so much fun, like you said, learning how to do something she'd always wanted to do.
Yeah.
It brought her so much joy. She will never be a concert pianist.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. She's having fun. And I think, you know, to me, Elizabeth, joy is about fun as well.
Yeah.
If it's not fun, then why am I doing it? I
Yeah.
mean, yes, there's some things you've got to do. You know,
Got to
you
pay
got to
our
go,
taxes and go to the dentist. And
yeah, all that good stuff. You got to do those, and they're usually not fun. But if there's something that brings you joy, I hope that joy is enmeshed with fun because that's what life's about.
yeah.
So I think it's just such an important thing for all of us to remember at all ages.
Yeah. Ageless wisdom right there. That's what life is about, is joy. Now,
Mhm.
you have a gift for everyone. This is a perfect time to talk about it because everyone watching and listening, you're going to want to follow up with Patty and get more of her amazingness. So
Um,
tell everybody about your resource. Oh, no, it's a
Thank
quiz.
you. Yes, my quiz. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yes, I've got the Ageless Wisdom Quiz, which I developed. And what this does, this helps you assess where you are on this ageless wisdom journey and what you're doing well at, where you may have some stumbling blocks, and ways to look at how working with me as a coach might help you on this journey. And when I say 60 and better, I have never asked anybody their age. I would never do that. That's between them and their birth certificate. Um, so it's a matter that my ageless wisdom quiz, if you put the word wisdom in the comments, I'll be getting in touch with you and I will send it to you. It's just a great, easy tool for you to assess where you are. And I sure wish I'd had something like that when I was going through my turmoil.
Yeah.
And that started, gosh, that was 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
knowing where we are can give us the clarity and peace to actually reach out for help and move forward. So I love this. So wisdom is the word.
Wisdom
Perfect.
is the word. Yep.
When you say ageless wisdom, can you tell us more about what that means?
Oh, to me, that means so much, Elizabeth. To me, as I said before, I have a lot more wisdom than I now at 76 than I did when I was 36 or 46 or 50. All these decades of living, we all learn so much. Part of it is from education, part of it is from careers, part of it is from family. And by the time we get to this point in our lives, we'll have a PhD in life.
True.
And we got this PhD from the School of Hard Knocks.
Mhm.
And that School of Hard Knocks was all the good things that happened in life, the not so good things, the yucky things, the things that made us who we are now. And the fact that everybody is here watching this means that you not only survived those things, the good, the bad, and the ugly, but you thrived through them because you're here watching this. And so to me, the idea of ageless wisdom is that we keep building up our wisdom on a daily basis because we hopefully are learning something new. Maybe not every day, but maybe depending on
Right.
what you're doing in life.
So we
Friend of
keep
mine's
building up the
building up.
wisdom.
Friend of mine's taking Spanish lessons online.
Very cool. What's the difference between wisdom and knowledge or just education?
Okay, wisdom and knowledge. I'm going to use Albert Einstein's quote because it's related. Albert Einstein said that imagination was more important than knowledge. And the rest of that was that knowledge only is about what we already know,
Yeah.
whereas imagination is unlimited. And he had his students read comic books and novels
Cool.
because it got the imagination going. So to me, knowledge is what we learned. It's what we learned at school. It's what we learned to do our jobs, to do our careers. It's what people learn to be parents, whatever. And the wisdom is how you put all of this together.
Mm.
Wisdom is how you take all that knowledge and all those life experiences, you put them together into knowing who you are now
Yes.
and having the fun of discovering who you are now. because it's important that we know who we are at all stages of our life. And as I said before, getting to be into the senior sage stage, people kind of like, yeah, you don't count.
Yeah.
But knowing that that's not the reality, I think is so important. That's where, if you just had the knowledge, if you just had the book learning, but didn't know how to apply it, it wouldn't be the same thing. I remember having
Yeah.
a prof when I was in my master's program, and he'd been a perpetual student into his late 30s. He had no life experience. And he's teaching a bunch of us who were adults or in the workforce and teaching us things that he knew from a book.
Ah, right.
But
But
we
didn't
knew
know
from
from another
reality that
living.
it didn't work that way.
Yeah.
And so that's where the wisdom comes in,
Yeah.
taking what you know from the book knowledge, taking what you know from life and putting them together.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And I think that our culture and our society could do well to remember that our elders, people who
Yes.
have more life experience
Mhm.
than us, whether it's 50 years more or 7 years more,
Right.
when they've got more life experience, lived experience, it doesn't always mean they're older age wise, but more life experience, we can look to them. And then, especially our elders, like there's something to be said that just life experience itself, that we can look to our elders again and turn our society around because we've gotten away from that.
It has, very much so.
Yeah.
Indigenous societies, and even current day Japan,
Yeah.
honors their elders, but not Western society.
Yeah, we've gotten so far away from that.
Yeah.
How do you think that we can repair that? Like, is there a way of starting to bring elders together with youth, or what's my, I just am thinking ideas.
That's what I'm working on. I would love to create an older women's movement so that
Yes.
the world recognizes that we older women have a lot of information, have a lot of wisdom
Yeah.
that maybe, just maybe, people could learn something from us.
Right. And some mentorship could happen where it's not on a
Absolutely.
phone. Like the youth nowadays are always on
Yeah.
their phones. So it's like
Oh, I know.
cross
You can't get that
pollination.
phone out of their hand.
Exactly. That would be really good. Well, I'm excited about the work that you do, and you're still even now doing like advocacy and justice and things like that.
Absolutely,
Why is that
yes.
so important to you, and why do you think it makes your life even better now?
Um, because I think that's part of the reason I'm here in this world at this time.
Yeah,
The advocacy and justice. In fact, I have a meeting later tonight about social justice.
very cool. See,
And
it evolves.
it's to me, it's about making sure that this is a world that works for everybody.
Mm.
No matter who you are, no matter where you are, that this is a world that should work for everybody, no matter what package they come in, no matter if you're able-bodied or currently able-bodied, temporarily able-bodied. It's whatever, as Martin Luther King said, it's the content of her character and
Yeah,
not the color of the skin. And it's about helping the world see that we're all one, that we truly are all one spirit, one humanity. And there's plenty for everybody in this world.
yeah.
It's not like a pie that you can only slice into a certain number of pieces.
Mm. Thank you for doing the work that you do
Thank you.
and for being a light in this world and continuing to create and coach and guide people and create this movement of women who are
Thank you.
60 and better, because together, wise women 60 and better, I believe, can change the world.
I
Like,
agree. Thank you. And
yeah,
thanks for you for support on that. I appreciate that, Elizabeth. Yeah.
absolutely. I'm behind it. And then I'll be coming up in 10
Yep,
years.
you will.
And you can still be guiding me.
Absolutely. I hope
Yeah.
so.
Everyone, Patty has some talks that are happening inside a Women's Spirit Festival. I just enjoy these interviews so much that I forget they're not even the main event.
Oh, I
The
know.
festival is the talks and workshops, the transmissions that you're getting from these speakers. Those are the main events. So you can search Patty's name in the search bar and find out what she's speaking on. Patty, give us a summary about what they can expect.
Oh, okay. And I've got 3 talks that are up there, and they are Who Am I Now? And what I'm talking to people about is that what we've been talking about tonight, discovering who you are. And I'm coming at it from the perspective that we're all lights in this world. And my company is Lighthouse Coaching, shining your light brightly. And so I looked at the light of joy that we talked about a little bit in this interview, the light of purpose. What is it that is calling you? And I think that joy plus wisdom equals purpose. So you bring in the joy, what makes you happy, what brings you joy. You mesh that with your wisdom, and that gets your purpose.
I love that formula. Somebody write that in the chat as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So you know what to do, everybody. You're inside Women's Spirit Festival. Go to the search bar, type in Patty's name. And what's also beautiful is you can connect with her personally. So you can send her a direct message and say, hey, I'm over 60. Like just start a conversation and chat.
I'd
That's
love to
what's
talk to
beautiful.
people. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm on Facebook as Patty Hagan. You can find me easily.
very easily. So that's what I love about this festival is like there are no barriers between the speakers and the attendees. Everybody can connect and communicate. And what was that special word again? Wisdom?
Wisdom. Yes. Put the word wisdom in the chat, and I'll reach out to you and get you your own very special copy of the Ageless Wisdom Quiz.
Perfect. So put the word wisdom in the chat right now. You can get that quiz, connect with Patty. And everyone, if you know somebody who's 60 and better, would you tag them in this video? Invite them to the group. They have to be a member to see it. Press that invite button and let's contribute to this incredible movement that Patty is building of women 60 and better. I love
Thank you.
this event.
Oh, thank you. And I do too, Elizabeth. Thank you so much for creating this women's festival, because it provides such a great opportunity for so many women to share what they know and to help other people rise.
You're
Because
very welcome.
that's what we're all here for.
I feel like that's my purpose right now is
I
doing this
agree.
beautiful
And you do
things.
such a great job of it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, final words of ageless wisdom for our audience. What would you like to leave everyone off with?
Final words of ageless wisdom is to enjoy each day, to find something that brings you happiness and joy every day. And some days are harder than others, I know, but there's always something, some little nugget. It could be a beautiful sunset or a sunrise, or just watching the leaves change in the trees if you're in an area that has fall colors. Whatever it is that brings you joy, just focus on that for a few minutes, because focusing on the positive will help your day be brighter.
Thank you. I'm going to do that.
Thank you.
The leaves are changing colors and focusing on those. And it brings me present too. If I just
Yes,
take a
it
minute to
does.
focus on the beautiful leaves changing colors. Patty, I always enjoy talking to you. It's so much
Thank you.
fun and I gain insights and it makes me feel hopeful. So I love our conversation. So
I do
thank you
too. There's so
again.
much fun. I agree. Appreciate you doing this, Elizabeth. It's always so much fun talking to you too. Thank you.
Mm, thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you again. Let's thank Patty. Here's how you do it. You put thank you in the comments because you can give her like a round of applause by writing the word thank you in the comments. And a beautiful woodpecker just landed outside of my window, and that gives
Oh,
me joy. So I thought
oh,
I'd
how
say that. I'm just like, oh my
wonderful.
gosh. And it's a female. She's
Oh,
beautiful. Oh my gosh.
oh,
Okay.
gorgeous. Oh,
I think that was a symbol for us. If somebody
it's a
knows.
beautiful, and what a beautiful symbol of a lovely bird flying up there. Yeah.
Right? Somebody put what this woodpecker symbolism is in the comments right now for us. And yeah, remember everyone, put thank you in the comments for Patty. Connect with her personally, write wisdom in the comments to connect and invite somebody to this stream. And thank you,
Thank
all of you, watching, listening, and sharing this event for being the best part of Women's Spirit Festival. And I'll see you in the next interview. Thanks again, Patty. Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye bye.